Good afternoon. My name is Bernard Lilly Jr., and I have the pleasure of welcoming you to Greater St. John Bible Church. We're so grateful you decided to join us today. We welcome our visitors, our first-time viewers, those who are in the building, and our members. Now, if you regularly tune in on Wednesdays, by now you've realized that we're doing things a little differently today. It is the third Wednesday. We're still going to submerge in the Word, but we're going to push that back to 8 p.m. First, we're going to do this. Pastor Ackie thought it would be a great idea for us to share with you the birth and the journey of one of GSJ's newest ministries. So let me take you back to the beginning.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Definitely want you guys to check in right now. Let us know where you are coming in, tuning in from. I don't care if it's your car. Let us know if you're tuning in from your car, your living room, even if you have to transition from the bathroom to the kitchen, let us know. This is a point of transparency, guys. We love you, and we definitely want to connect with you. Welcome to GSJ, Greater St. John Bible Church. We are so amazed to have everybody here with us as we go forth, transitioning into just higher heights. So at Greater St. John, our mission is to renew lives of speakers and believers alike. And tonight we're going to definitely start a new series called Submerged in the Word, guys.
Yes.
Submerged in the Word. There's this thing, right? So this is where we take Sunday's sermon from pastor or the pastors that are preaching, and we have this raw conversation around the message. And we discuss practical ways to be able to apply it to our lives. What better way to do it, right? So we encourage you to share this video with somebody who will be able to receive it. Somebody you love, somebody you care about. It doesn't get any better than this.
Absolutely.
Submerged in the Word started as just an idea in May of 2020. Do y'all remember May 2020? It seemed like the world was going crazy. COVID was hot. People were dying left and right. Cities had curfews. We were quarantined. Trump was in office. Churches were shutting down. George Floyd happened. We were truly living through some dark times. But as we know, dark times are only temporary. And that's when God usually does his best work. So, May 2020, I was on YouTube and I stumbled across Transformation Church Deeper in God series. Shout out to Pastor Mike Todd and Transformation Nation. I was immediately drawn in from the topics, the discussions, the transparency. I remember sitting in my room and thinking, we should do something like this at GSJ. Why not bridge the gap? So I shared the idea with my dad, and he told me as clear as day, allow this idea to grow. In other words, wait on God's timing. I didn't say much about the idea after that. I definitely had my moments of impatience, as we all do, but the thought of birthing a premature idea kept me quiet. Now, let's fast forward a few months. Now it's October 2020. It was a Thursday afternoon. We were concluding our church's production team meeting. Shout out to the production team. And I remember my dad asking the group if anyone had any new innovative ideas for the church. It was silent for about 5 seconds. Then, one of our newest members at the time spoke. And after she spoke, I knew I found my partner in ministry.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing out there? Since BJ has already welcomed you, I just want to say how appreciative I am that you all are joining us today. Let me tell you a story. In May of 2020, Reverend Lilly was asking for innovative ideas on how to engage our virtual members since we went virtual due to the pandemic and captivate our members who had fallen off. They didn't know we were still having church online. It was time for us to grow. Finding a new way to engage our members is what sparked an idea in me. What better way than to have a panel talk on a biblical subject and then have the audience just chime in with all kinds of questions and response and comments. We really needed to fellowship, y'all. This pandemic hit us hard. So after proposing this idea to Reverend Lilly, he had a slew of questions I wasn't prepared to answer. I had no idea. I just had the basic idea of having a panel. But he loved the idea so much, he encouraged me to sit down, think about it, and develop it. Well, October came around and we were back on the subject of new ideas. So I reminded him of the idea that I had previously and the developments that I had made along the way. That's when BJ jumped in all over my conversation, but he completed my thought. And I was like, wow, this is my partner. We're gonna birth this thing together. I remember Pastor did a sermon a couple of years ago about being pregnant with a vision and the process of birthing that thing into existence. And that's all it could have been because we weren't having no more babies, to be honest. Anyway, I knew that it would be a ministry that would be just off the chain. And I knew I had the perfect partner because God gave us both the same idea. So it had to be off the chain. God was all in it. Now, birthing a new ministry for me, I knew it was going to take a lot of work. And I also knew it had to be approved by pastor and the board. So BJ and I got together, we started brainstorming, we started thinking about potential panelists, who we wanted on, who would bring it for you all, so you all wouldn't be bored. And then we made a plan. And we made that plan plain and simple. We wanted y'all to get it, understand it, and of course love it. And by the way, I'd like to thank our OG members who have been with us through this entire process from beginning to end. I am so grateful for them. You all have no idea how grateful I am. I never forget recording the first mock episode in the children's church. We had Rihanna, Stacy, Taylor, Jeff, and Minister Sandifer on the panel. Seems like just yesterday that happened. But I think about the moment it all began and how it all came together, and that's when it really got real. We was like, okay, we on our way. When we presented this to Pastor, he approved it, and he gave us a 3-month trial, so we ran with it. Our first episode aired in March of 2021. It was a success. The people loved it. They were engaged, which is what we were going for, and they couldn't wait for the next episode. Now, 1 year later, 14 episodes in, and we are still moving strong, y'all. We are growing immensely. Matter of fact, you should join us. And we are super, super, super excited about what lies ahead of us. So, to all of you all that have been on this journey with us for the last year and a half, thank you for your commitment, your dedication, your loyalty, and most of all, your prayers. We needed those because we could not have done this without you viewing in every Wednesday, third Wednesday of the month. We couldn't have done it without you. So we are grateful. Thank you. And I want all of y'all to be blessed.
We recording?
Okay. So, I'm sitting here with my co-founder and co-leader, BJ. That's what we know him as. But for you all out there in virtual world, Bernard Lilly Jr. So, question. When Submerged in the Word was coming together and we was on the verge of actually airing our first episode, what was going through your mind?
Wow. For me, it was just a lot of excitement. Obviously, it was some nervousness there as well, but I was just excited to be doing something new, to be doing something that was intergenerational, and to be doing something that, gave us a chance to just reach more and engage more people. At the end of the day, I've learned, in my walk that it's just easier to do things with people. And as Christians, we just need, to sharpen each other. Iron sharpens iron. Mm-hmm. So I felt like that was something that I needed, and I knew that was something that we all needed, especially like being in a pandemic. So all of those emotions were definitely, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more transparent. I was worried about the panel getting up there, and as they was posing the question, they all had the same answer. I thought we was gonna be piggybacking off of everybody's answer and not giving their original, not being transparent with you all, which is what we wanted. We wanted our panelists to be transparent with the audience. Mm-hmm. Tell me about you. Don't give me that textbook answer, but tell me your experiences.
Yeah.
So I was afraid that they wasn't gonna do that, but lo and behold, they shocked me. They came out the woodwork. They gave y'all some answers, and they gave y'all some responses that blew me away. I was in the audience screaming. I had to remember we're recording. Shut up. So that's what I was worried about, how the panel was going to respond to the answer. But they, as they say, blow my mind. They blew our mind.
Absolutely.
They did that, and I was so grateful. And it just seemed like every episode after that just went higher and higher and
every round
higher.
goes higher.
Yes.
Yeah. So shout out to every panelist that we've ever had.
Yes.
It's just been so great to see transparent conversation. Shout out to our host who's hosted
Stacey,
every episode so far.
All 14,
Stacey,
y'all.
all 14.
All 14.
Stacey and Bryce.
And
for some of those episodes.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes.
And shout out to our co-host.
Yes.
Pastor Taylor. I know Evangelist Johnson co-hosted some as well. I'm not going to get into the rest of the names, but I had to shout those two out because they have been
with us from the beginning.
From the beginning. We definitely appreciate everybody's dedication to this ministry.
Yes, and thank y'all because when I called y'all answered. Oh my God, that just made my day. I felt like, okay, I called, they answered.
So Tracy, let's be transparent. She just said she called, but when Tracy calls you to see if you could be on a panel, I just want to apologize for some of the aggression that some of y'all a little bit.
Look, okay. I make y'all want to be on the panel. How about that?
Let's go with that.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay, cool. So right now, what we want to do is rewind to one of our favorite moments. I really don't even have a favorite moment, but here's a moment from one of our Submerged in the Word episodes. Hope you're blessed by it.
Let's take a look.
Don't just accept it. Don't just tolerate what God is doing. Embrace it. Don't I go along with what God is doing. Don't just go along with it. Get excited about it. Take ownership of it. Embrace it. Here's a news flash. I'll tell you something. I want you to look at me real good and read my lips. Life is never going back to the way it used to be before COVID-19.
Wow, that just hit me. Life is not going to go back
to
what
real.
It used to be.
Yeah.
All right, so our next question for the panel is, there's a line, there's like this thin line between reflecting and dwelling on things in the past. So how do we navigate the thin line and not become a prisoner of the past?
You got to hit it and quit it, okay? And what I mean by that is you got to be able to look at the things that happened in the past. Okay, I went through this, I went through that. Okay, I ain't gonna stay here. Let me go to where I'm going. And then it also gives me the analogy of a car. You have the big windshield in front of you, and then you have your rear view mirror, and then you got your side view mirrors. Notice how your rear view mirror is not the same size as your windshield, your front windshield. Even your side view mirrors are not the same. They're not the same. So therefore, you're supposed to take a quick glimpse in that side view mirror. You're supposed to take a quick glimpse in that rear view mirror and get back on the road on what's ahead of you and what's in front of you. And that's what we have to do in life. We got to think of it like a car. Let me take a quick, I went through that. I struggled with that, but I'm focused on this now. Yeah, I was a mess with this person. We partied all type of night long and did all crazy stuff, but I'm here now. I'm focused on this now. You got to look at check your mirrors. Check your mirrors.
Just
check
you showing up like that?
Yeah, I just got to
tonight.
Give you what I have.
Guys, go ahead and drop that in the chat. Check your mirrors. Check your mirrors.
But if you
that is amazing
like
analogy.
Jeffrey said, if you check it too long, you mess around
You
and
gonna hit
crash.
something.
Gonna run into something.
Right?
Yeah.
You might mess around and get in an accident. So when you don't wallow in it.
Yeah.
Don't wallow in it. So when you're reflecting, you're learning on what happened so that you can not do it again or just learn from it.
Okay, y'all. So we're talking about dwelling in the past. Let's be honest. We all have a past. Everybody. I got one. You got one. BJ got one.
Yep.
And it's not pretty. Some things in our past are just not pretty. But we have to remember, first of all, that God forgives. And once God forgives you, you need to forgive yourself.
Absolutely.
And then you need to move on.
Absolutely.
Our problem is God forgives us, we don't, and then we're stuck. And that's what they was talking about. Don't dwell on that thing. Forgive yourself. Repent if you have to. Apologize to whoever you have to, and keep it moving. Because you are going to have more paths, and there's going to be more things in your path that you're not going to be happy with. So you're going to have enough stuff to dwell on. So you need to learn to keep it moving, because that's the only way you're going to grow. Only way you're going to grow.
Moving on.
Absolutely.
For sure. And I really loved Jeff's transparency, you know what I'm saying, in that moment and throughout the whole conversation. That was definitely one of my favorite episodes. Shout out to Suge, Stacy, Taylor, Evangelist Johnson, and Jeff for being our panel for that episode.
Yes.
And now we want to kind of get into some testimonials, right? There's been a lot of people who served as on the panel, been to some meetings, some of the people behind the scenes. It definitely takes a team for us to do what we do. For sure. So let's share some of our testimonials.
Hi, I am Minister Cynthia Sandifer. I am a panelist of Submerged in the Word. And I have truly enjoyed myself. It has been a blessing. It has given me the opportunity to discuss real life situations with other people through the Word of God. And I would not have had this opportunity had I not been a member of Submerged in the Word. And we have been able to reach numerous people that we would not have been able to reach had it not been for this ministry. I thank God for this ministry being birthed here at Greater St. John Bible Church. I've had many discussions with people that have truly enjoyed just listening to this ministry every third Wednesday of the month. I am truly blessed to be a part of this ministry. God bless you all.
When I was asked the question, what do you think about Submerged in the Word? My thoughts are, I'm very excited that someone came up with the idea to pose questions, get people to have a dialogue about sermons that have been taught by the pastor, so that we can go into a more depth conversation on how we can apply certain aspects of the Bible to our lives. It gives us a chance to really dig deeper in understanding God's Word, and how to make it more applicable to our lives. I love the chemistry of the group. There's usually a couple of the same faces, but they always add other people in to get a different take on what the sermon may mean to them. The online viewers get to chime in and pose questions or give comments, as well as the people in the audience. I think it was a great idea. It's building, it's getting better, and I say, great job. Keep up the good work. I'm enjoying it.
Submerged in the Word has been an incredible experience and journey for me personally. I started out working in the media ministry, working behind the scenes and helping with the stage managers, getting everything ready, helping out with the panelists, props, everything of that nature behind the cameras. And one day, maybe about an hour or two before taping, I get a phone call from Tracy frantic, like, Suge, where you at? And I'm like, I'm on my way. And she was like, well, we need somebody to be a panelist. Our last panelist, they got sick or something. And I'm like, whoa, like me? And she was like, yes, you're the perfect person. And I was like, okay. And if you know me, you know that I have stage fright, and I, yeah, so get to the church and get ready to go about the process of being on the panel. And I'm so glad that Submerged in the Word is what it is, because I didn't have to know every Bible verse. I didn't have to go to theology school, to be a part of the experience. I was able to take what I know and just share my experiences with, the other panelists, and also with the viewers out there. And it was just so refreshing for me, because I've always wanted that type of atmosphere where it wasn't just a teacher of one or two teaching us all of the time, but more so having a discussion and, at this type of, platform, and just discussing like real life situations that we go through, and how we're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And that even the person that goes to church faithfully every, Sunday and is there maybe 2 or 3 times a week still has issues and problems just like everybody else. But just knowing that we all can come together as a community to discuss some of our downfalls, some of our accomplishments, and our growth in Christ, it's just awesome to just see. And I'm so glad that this ministry was birthed when it was birthed. And it was during the pandemic, when people were more so on social media trying to find some type of depth and trying to find God, and we were able to bring God to them in such a manner in which they didn't feel that they were just being preached to all the time, but just having a conversation with a friend, sitting around, and that's just like the love and atmosphere that we set. And I'm so happy that we have that. If you've ever watched the couple of shows, the dynamics is actually real. Like, we laugh, we joke, and we've come to, have serious moments, but everything is original and authentic, and it comes from the heart. And I'm so glad that our pastor allowed us to have this platform and to be able to do this and to reach people that are searching for God. So thank you, Submerged in the Word, for all that you are, and be looking for us to be coming to you again. And it's definitely been a pleasure.
See, I told y'all they loved me. Didn't I tell y'all they loved me? Even though I pushed just a little bit, they love me. No, they love Submerged in the Word. I mean, they work in the background. They do answer when we call. They do come up with these great, I'm going to use in Stacy's favorite word, amazing
Definitely.
thoughts and comments and questions. And we could not do it without them. Actually, like I said, we can't do it without you. So we are so grateful. We do not take it for granted. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate all your prayers. We even have a special prayer team out there. We don't know who the members are, but we know we got a special prayer team out there that prays for us, that is led by our own Sister Wells. And it goes on if I'm not mistaken, every Thursday. This team get together and they pray for Submerged in the Word to be a success. And I know from those prayers, that's why this ministry has been a success from day one up until 14 episodes, and 14 more to go, and 14 after that, and 14 after that. So we are just grateful. We are thankful. I love y'all. I'm not going to push so much this season. How about that? I'm not going to push it.
I talked to her, y'all.
He talked to me. And when we are a listening church, and we not only listen, but we're doers. So I'm going to listen to what I was told, and I'm going to act accordingly.
Cute. That's growth.
I know.
We love to see it. Let's just clap for Tracy right there. I love it. But seriously, thank you all for tuning in. We hope that you have been blessed and inspired by us sharing the birth and the journey of this new ministry. Hope that this has inspired you to come back in the building, join the ministry, and most importantly, reimagine ministry.
Submerged in the Word.
Yeah.
Join Submerged in the Word.
That too. Please join us. We have our episodes every third Wednesday, typically at 7 o'clock during Wednesday Night Live. But first, we wanted to let you all see our journey first. We will be coming to you live at 8 p.m. for the 14th episode of Submerged in the Word. So don't go nowhere. Go to the bathroom. Go take a break. Go heat up some food.
Get
do
you
whatever
something
you
to
got to
drink.
do. For sure. Because tonight is going to be...
or get you a drink. Whatever's going to take you to get through this episode. We want you there.
Yeah. Communion.
Communion. Communion. We want you there.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.